welcome to another episode of Welcome to an Empty Project. Today's stream, as has been announced before, is on a new plugin released by company Threebodytech. Never heard of them before, to be honest, and they released an instrument heavier 7 strings, a virtual guitar instrument, not a contact library or any other known platform. It comes with its own dedicated player. So we will see if that's a good or a bad thing. And yeah, so it's distributed by Best Servers. Intro pricing is €209, €209, and I think it goes up to $279 or $269. And the question is when. I actually can't really tell you. Don't see it here. Well, sometime soon, so if you want to grab it on intro price. Maybe you decide after the stream. We will see. I was lucky enough to be that Best Service sent an NFR copy to me, and I haven't had this much time to actually dive deep into it, so it's really kind of a not a first but a second hands-on experience that we get today. So it's like you freshly downloaded it and open it up in your DAW. I try to go through it as quick as possible, and then let's see what we can do with it, or whatever it inspires us to do. So after installing, you have this 64-bit plugin. It's also available for 32-bit if you need that. And then you can open this up, and there we see it loading already. Nice, nice, nice. So this is what it looks like. Hello, heavier 7 strings. Okay, and we get an infinite sustain on the first preset. So just pressing the sustain pedal once deactivate this sustain down here. So if you hold it, notes get held, and if you lift it off, notes stop after playing. So there are a few things that are different from the standard guitar libraries that are out there, namely, well, all the stuff, Orange Tree Sample, Ample Sound, and all that stuff that's out there. With the fact that they provide complete effect racks for the guitar. So usually when you have a virtual guitar instrument, you just have the DI signal, as you can hear right now from that one too. So usually you open up the mixer, add an amp simulation plug-in, and go for whatever tone you want. You can do that with this library as well. We might take a look into that later. But they have a pretty comprehensive effect rack. I can only put it like that. So for example, let's load an effect patch for a clean tone. This is one of the first things that came to my mind, is that I totally fell in love with these clean sounds that they have for this instrument. They are, in my opinion, mind-blowing for coming out of an included amp simulation and effect racks that is within the plugin. I mean, credit where credit is due. I think Orange Tree Samples added effect racks and amp simulations and all that stuff to their libraries as well. But well, we are not on the others today. We are on heavier 7 strings. And right now it's in monophonic mode. So let's switch this off and then we can play multiple notes. Cool thing is it automatically translates when you play, for example, power chords. Let's try another preset here that's not so delayed. And even if you switch legato off, when you play a line that is on the same string, it still keeps being monophonic. And with this guy here, this is controlled by MIDI channel 21. I have that on a controller here. You can decide where on the fretboard you want to play this note. So it's a difference when I play, for example, the D minor chord in the first position, or when I move the fret, the virtual fretboard up for here, for example. Very, very different tone. Moving that back. So right now I'm just playing chords and the software translates this into guitar chords. And it recognizes a pretty good bunch of chords, so let's go with the C here. C major, C minor, C suspended, C sus2, 7, major 7, 6, okay, that was crazy. So yeah, pretty good in recognizing chords. Down at the bottom of the keyboard, starting at C0, you have so-called repetition keys. Well, first things first, when you have the mod wheel all the way down, you have these sustained notes. If you move mod wheel halfway through, you get palm mute. And all the way up you get death notes or ghost notes. And the same thing is down here with the repetition keys. On C0 and C#0 you have dead note repetitions from whatever you just played. And does it support harmonics? Yeah, on higher velocities. So I think it's 127, and you can adjust that to your own playing needs. As I've said, dead notes on C0 and C#0. I assume that the left one is down and the right one is up. Although even if I play just one key, it seems to automatically alternate between down and upstroke. On D0 and D#0 you have the repetition keys for palm muting, so the same effect that you can create with mod wheel halfway up. So it sounds pretty much the same. And then on E0 and F0 you have the full sustain repetitions. So they can relatively easy play something like so you can create pretty nice basic rhythm pads with just the repetition keys down here. Going up on F0, okay, tremolo doesn't work with chords, but with power chords at least. Okay, if you play two notes, it works. But not with full chords. So, on G0, you can switch to tapping. Obviously, we need some more gain on the amp section there. We will take a look at that in a minute. The A0 key is a stop key. And it actually triggers 3 different modes to stop. So putting your hand on the strings is the softest version, I think. Then full stop. And on the loudest velocity on the G#0 key, you get a slide down. It's hard to hear, better to hear when you get a distorted sound. There's a lot of other stuff and settings. Let's go through it. So you got individual string volume, so you can mute the lowest string, for example, or adjust the different string dynamics. String control, I think this allows you to adjust which string to play. You either have automatic or choose the string. Palm mute volume, this is something we can look into later with with distorted effects, and down picking automatically. Okay, down picking forces for downwards picking, well, as the name implies. Mod wheel, as I said, you can see moving here is the palm mute setting. Picking CC, I have no idea what that is. We'll need to look into the manual. Muting CC, obviously CC1, mod wheel. Tone control. Seems like the guitar volume knob. So that's pretty cool for clean sounds, that you can dial back the guitar tone like you would on a real guitar. Just put the volume a little bit down. I didn't even know there's a fly around here that's getting me crazy. Pickup selector lets you switch between bridge, mix and neck pickup. And it has a very different sound, so that's cool to have a great choice there. Volume is overall volume of the guitar. Velocity muting. That's also nice, so you don't need the mod wheel, but you can actually use velocity to control palm mute and sustains. We don't use that for now. Sustain pedal, as I've said in the beginning, sustains the note even if you lift the key. Slide is CC5. I think this is when you slide into a note. Oh, well, might be time to switch off my phone alarm here. 1 key fifth is a pretty nice button if you don't want to play power chords. No smoke, please. Simple chord detects your chord playing and determines the chords. So when you play, for example, Just to Try It, you get the full chord. And if you deactivate simple chord, you just get the notes played that you're actually playing. Not really sure what play octaves does here. So far for the interface here. Obviously, yeah, I forgot. Pretty important for guitar solo playing and stuff like that. Pitch band goes up 2 semitones. And down, like with a real whammy, you can go down up to an octave. So you can get creative with crazy Steve Vai effects there. Maybe I try and emulate his horse with a whammy bar. Might be better with some distortion on top. And with finally with aftertouch, which means if you don't know what aftertouch is, a lot of keyboards support that. That if you, after you press the key and then you push it further, this is aftertouch. You activate vibrato. So far for the interface here. The next thing that I already took a short look at is the effects rack. I won't go into every detail right now, maybe we can look at that later. I switched some presets here for the clean tones. Really cool tones there. And when you switch back, for example, to the next sound, and dial up the fret control, you can even get some U2-like tones out of it with a little bit of tweaking on the effect section. So really cool. Bring this back. Let's take a look at, well, I mean, we look into more of the tones anyway. One of the main features that initially piqued my interest into the product when I first saw some videos about it is actually the pattern sequencer. So this thing comes with a ton of pre-made patterns, And these are not recordings or any stuff like that. These are actual MIDI performances. So you can drag them into your DAW and change them to whatever you like. So these are kind of starters. We are on 120 here. Let's keep it at that and just listen to some of the stuff. What do you get here? Let's start out with a little bit of clean. And it changes also the effect chain on every preset. And this is one thing that I realized when I first tried it out. So when I, for example, I like this and I drag it into my sequencer, that's why it's named drag and load. So when you drag this specific MIDI file, here you have it in your sequencer. There's not much to see there. So maybe we can demonstrate that already, what you can do with it. So you, for example, we like this, and then we say, okay, we copy that over. Second part. So that's starting in C over B. So let's say we're going to A. So then we have something like this. Sustain is on, that's why it's ringing so long. And then if we take sustain off, we obviously need to extend the notes there to overlap. And we can decide which notes sound and which don't. So like this. We can duplicate this. Can change the pickup, for example, and hear how this sound. So that's pretty nice. But what I initially wanted to say is what I found a little bit distracting is when you say, okay, let's listen to some other clean stuff here. Totally different clean sound, that's okay. But for example, I just want the MIDI performance, but don't want to change the sound from my initial preset. If I drag this in, so now the first pattern is with a tone or effects rack of this pattern, and I can keep, or at least I haven't seen a way to keep the tone from the other pattern. So I would need to look down, okay, which was the other one? This was this one. So I would need to drag this back in to switch back to the other sound that I had before. And need to deactivate the sustain pedal again. And now here we have the second pattern that I dragged in. And so we can work with this now. So let's keep the lowest note ringing. this again, and for example, turn that down. And last one. And this was just, yeah, 2 basic patterns, and if we just tweak them a little bit, might be better. Let's, for example, switch here to another capo position or fret position. Let's go like that. So this is 4th, 5th. Let's go to the 7th here. That sounds better. And we need to delete the other ones because all this data is drawn into the MIDI file when you drag it into the host. That sounds pretty nice, to be honest. So we are in fret position 1 here, CC21 all the way down, and now we go up. And the cool thing is, even if you miss the position, for example, like here, where it's playing notes down here, it always seems to choose the most useful position for the notes. So this is pretty nice. And let's delete this and let's get to the meat stuff. So patterns, let's start with the epic riffs. I think I need to turn down the volume a little bit on this one. I might say there is no actual no amp simulation on board like Guitaric or Amplitude or whatever you're using. This is all within the plugin, so they did a pretty impressive job in my opinion with capturing cabinet IRs and really get a convincing guitar tone within the plugin. So let's listen through some of these. I like this one. Let's bring that in and fumble a little bit around with it. Oh, drag and load. There we go. So it's a great way of learning the instrument and how to actually program it and see how they achieved certain things. So let's close this here. So let's check the keys. Sustain pedal is on, so it keeps on ringing. Maybe we turn that off. It's automatically playing power chords and is legato. And if you check the modulation data, this is where you see, okay, dead note, sustained, palm mute, sustained, palm mute, dead note. So if I change this all the way down, then you get all the way through sustained notes. Might be a good solution to do. And let's say these two are dead as well. And let's try something here. Duplicate it. And let's copy this. Slow it down a little bit. Let's say 95. Okay, 105. Let's load up a little bit of drums. Let's go with addictive drums here. Change the color. And let's go with some metal stuff here. Sorry for this. Let's give it a little bit of limiting, because these drums are insanely loud. So we keep that a little bit down. Okay, now where was a metal in lethal injection? There we go. It sounds horrible on its own, but drag it underneath some guitars and bass and it actually starts to sound pretty cool. So let's change this to, I can't sort that by tempo. Simple, straight. Let's go with this one. Don't need this. Forgot to mention, there is a track delay in the guitar. Obviously, they sampled a lot of the attack times, so depending on the song tempo, working in something between -50 and -70 should work. Like that even more. Let's check this out as a second option. Just for a little bit of fumbling around. Bear with me, we will get into more details later. Let's add another little bit of bass. Let's go with the ample sound metal bass. Not sure if I stick to this one, but for the time being. pretty hefty beast, but let's turn it louder and more aggressive a little bit. There's a really nice sound in Toontrack's Easy Mix that I love for metal bass. I need to see which one was it. Damn fly. That's pretty nice. Give it a little bit of compression. Come on. Where's my mix rack? There it was. Okay, first time loading takes a little bit longer. This guy, and let's load it for rock bass. Nice. Okay, should work well for now. Something like this. Let's colorize it a little bit. Delay compensation. Should be enough. So, and finally, a nice little riff part here. Okay, let's duplicate this guy. And let's see, we have the second strings here. Patterns, rock riffs. In this case, I just want the sound, so I can delete the riff. Let's turn off the sustain. So let's just record held notes there. So let's hard quantize this. First one was a little bit too loud. And bring this a little bit up. if we say we want to have it quasi legato, you can just as you can see here, I used the repetition keys. I haven't really figured out how the really works. Maybe I need to keep that going. And that was a mistake anyway. Yeah. I think the repetition keys only work when you keep the notes held. So all in all, for simple 5 minutes, not too shabby, I think. So you can definitely put way more music too loud or voice too soft. Well, we're talking about guitars today, so music can't be too loud. No, sorry for that. So I just turn a little bit down. Hope this is better now and I can go closer to the mic. So if you really want a close voice next to the mic, I can do that as well. So, no. Maybe I can just put a tiny bit more compression on this guy. So hopefully that works better. So, delete. Let's see what we can do today. I have not really an idea what we are going to do. So if we go for a straight up all-time rock song or something new metalish or trailer style stuff. I love the newer releases in the trailer realm where kind of rock and new metal is coming back into the trailer industry. So maybe we will just try something there. No idea. Let's see. I think we're going more with 150 and double time or something like that. But I don't like that kit sound that much. Let's go with this one. Sort by tempo. Why doesn't that work? Damn it. Forgot how that is. So this 6/8 actually. I only want 4/4. This is what I love about Toontrack Superior Drummer, where you can search for a groove based on what you tap to find. And maybe that works here as well. I think there was such an option. You can transform the groove, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What we got? Nice. Okay, so we have a search option at least there. Let's drag in just something of a half-time groove here. slow it down a little bit more. I need something for inspiration first, so let's drag in something synth-like or a loop or something like that. We'll see. Need something to trigger creativity. I was not allowed to show what you were able to see there. Beta testing, all the fun. Let's try something from here, maybe. Okay, go with something rhythmic from Ian. Bring that down a little bit. I like this one. Yeah, let's go with this one. A little bit of mod wheel movement gives it nice little filter movement. So I just learned the low pass filter here to react to mod wheel. So that's pretty straightforward. We want to have the whole thing in. Let's start with C. Putting the C down here, and the loop is actually here. So let's extend this to, say, 4 bars. Then we're repeating. And then with modulation, we give it a little bit of movement in the filter. Bring it pretty much down to the point where it started. So let's go to the effects section. Actually, let's reload this thing. Start from scratch here. Okay, let's look for a nice clean sound. Clean. Clean, clean. This is kind of a little bit annoying when you switch presets, that every time it asks you to save. Enter Cleanman. What could that be? Yeah, something like this. If I could do this in time. I have the feeling it should be even slower. Maybe 130. Let's try. So I'm not going to play it in, but actually draw it in. Let's bring that up a little bit. Let's see how it sounds together. Something like this. Let's shortly load another mapping here. Let's see. Just doing a little bit of repeating some of the stuff in the guitars with the bass down here. Hard quantize the first note. Still want to keep a little bit of movement, but want to open up the filter more, like this. Maybe even bump the volume a little bit. I'm going to choose another tone here. Let's see. Let's go to the metal riffs and check some of these out. Like that tone, so bring that in, and since I just want to have the tone, some let's just go for an epic intro there and push this guy on the one. Give it a little bit of what is it? Aftertouch. And end the note with a slide down here. So we won't sustain here, and here I have an idea of pushing it all the way up to create some kind of fatata. Oh, maybe let's go. Yeah, like this. And support this by this. Okay, let's delete this for now. But well, yeah, let's look for a groove here to start with. Let's go with this one. Are we live anyway, or is there something odd with my streaming window? Okay, we're live. Odd with my streaming window. So there I was in double tone, double sound. So this is what we have. Seems like my stream window was hang up or something like that, so didn't catch any messages or anything like that. Sorry for this. take a short break there. I'm going to take a short break here, and so long I'm going to, where is it? Let me bring that up again. Guitars, heavy as 7 strings, where is it? There we go. And so long, let's listen to some of the audio demos. I'll be back in a minute. Reminds me of my good old gothic metal days. Long time ago. Okay, what do we have here for now? Let's give it a little bit of structure. We need a riff or something. Intro, blah blah blah. Here. So let's, when inspiration fails, let's take a look at the internal riffs that we are provided with. Maybe we can do something with that. The thing is that I am not really sure. Negotiation. Okay, I need to keep that in mind because I want to use the same sound. Epic riffs. What better way to start there? Listen through some of these. I'm initially not the guy to take the very first one, but maybe that's even fitting. We will see. Let's go with that rhythm. But I want to go back to the, what was it, negotiation sound. Where was it? Ah, it's gone. Metal riffs, negotiation. There we go. So I need to drag that back in to get the sound. Okay. Okay, let's work with what we got here. I think I need some more lanes here with modulation data. So, okay, let's tweak that a little bit to not use the stock riff that they provided, but change it a little bit. First of all, I want dead notes here. I think CC5 activates a slide. Yep. No. Sometimes I hate the way Cubase handles things here. Oh, I deleted it. That's why. CC5 and activate that here. See how that sounds. Yeah, this is where we're getting at. Maybe come a little bit early on that one. Let's go with a really straight groove here first. 2/32 notes here. Okay, let's copy this guy over to the bass and try to do something there. Let's get rid of all the controller data. We don't need that for the bass. I just want to have the MIDI notes. Okay. I have an idea here for the sound there. There is, yeah, there's the yeah, something like this. Okay, and we definitely need to duplicate this guy. Another guitar here with the same riff but with a different sound. So let's see. Something like this. Let's see how it sounds. more volume. Let's bring this up a little bit. Second guitar. That's nice and full there. So obviously you can do a little bit with EQ and stuff like that in the end to make it even a little better. Let's shorten the intro here. Fill in here. Is the chat dead, or I just wonder that nobody is saying anything there. Is there anybody watching at all? So give me the fills. Fills. Let's try this one. Okay, bring in audio stuff a little bit. I want to have some let's go with something like this. I actually want to have it before the drum fill there. This needs to turn way down. I can start the second run. First things first, I want to try a different clean tone. Like that one. Sorry, forgot to turn off the loop. Actually, it might be better to bring that guy till the very end. Yeah, we're getting there. Let's give the drums a little bit of treatment. Let's put this on loop. Nope, that is better to have. Okay, we're getting there. Let's bring in the low synth here still. I think we need to get a little bit around with the bass later on. Change key there according to through and see what we got here. Drums and synth. And here we're going to cut it. Coming from here. Duplicate the whole thing, and now full throttle on the drums. So we need again host plus minus, plus minus. Let's try this one. I think I'll make it short today. Let the clean guitar run further. Really clean there. That's good enough for the intro part. Actually, I don't like the double bass part there, so we just repeat it. And let's change the drum track here, that we have the pause in the first run. Bring in a fill for the very last part here. That was a mosquito directly at the microphone. As I said, I keep it short, so we just make a final hit here. Down, down, down. Up, and we move that one octave higher. That's the way. Don't need the synth there. I'm going to duplicate this guy and just bring in some atmosphere for the beginning here. There's a perfect library from Audio Imperia, trailer guitars, tension motors. I love that one. And there is some, not the motors, but the Evo tension. I think that's the one. So TGTM 1 Evo tension. thing that's in the wrong key. So how do I change key here? Okay, that's how it should be. So let's bring these two guitars into a group. So I don't want to go into guitar soloing and all that stuff today. There are plenty of tutorials out there on YouTube where you can watch, and even I mean, maybe for the last section, just got an idea. Okay, first things first. Let's first go with a riff here. So, a little bit of room on the guitars, so going to add Verb Suite Classics. And let's go with a wooden room. Dial it a little bit back. And send the guitar track to the reverb and adjust to taste. Yeah, just a little bit to give it a little bit space. Let's load a preset here. That sounds nice. Let's see how that sounds together with the guitars. And with the drums. Okay, from the beginning, and let's add a little bit of, first of all, let's save this whole thing. Let's try to go the easy route here. Easy mix, mastering 2, mastering 2. Mastering in parallel compression. I think I need to bring that level way down now. Watch your ears. Okay. What I wanted to do is duplicate one more guitar track here. I said we're not going to talk about solo stuff and not doing lots of fitting around, but there are some solo presets here as well. So this is pretty neat if you want to look into soloing and solo guitar. Crazy shit, let's load this. I like that last tone there that's ending there. And now we need to, so this is ending on an A. So the scale is, need to figure that out for a moment. Okay, drop that in and put it underneath. Well, actually, let's do it like this and put that last bar there. I think they were a little bit over ambitious with the delay setting here. So let's put that back a little bit and bring that up again. And I think we have a candidate for today. Little nifty rock track, whatever, no idea. Definitely a great plugin where you can spend lots of time with shaping your guitar sound and coming up with great ideas and riffs and put it underneath your compositions. Still, virtual guitars will never replace the feel of a real guitarist, but especially for rhythm stuff and something like that you put underneath the track, it's pretty awesome, I have to admit. And even with the internal sound engine and with the impulse responses they included, it sounds pretty rad. I cannot say any other thing about it. Few little bugs here and there. I think they are on it with the thing that it changes the sound when you load another MIDI pattern. I think they will provide in an update a MIDI pattern library where you not change the sound when you drag it in, but just can drag it in from like the Media Bay in Cubase or something like that. So we'll see how that works. Or when you change the effects here, that every time you click through it asks you if you really want to save or whatever. But overall, great product. I cannot say anything else. So well, let's just listen to the final cue, and yeah, this is what we've done today. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you like it, it's available through bestservice.de, and it's on Enterprise for 209 euros. So here we go with today's final track, snippet, whatever. Have a great night. Sorry, that last solo was a little bit loud. So let's turn it a little bit down, and here we go with the end. That's it. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Have a nice August, summer. Enjoy the sun wherever you are. Bye bye.